Hello guys, MikuChibi here, welcome back to our Slime Isekai Memory, and it is here, the collab have just started. We have the Tale of Series collab with Slime Isekai Memory, and you can also see that we have the two units that are gonna be on part 1, and then we're gonna have part 2 later on, and then part 3 for sure. But for now, we're gonna just have a look on the part 1, which you see we have Rimuru and Shionne. Is it Shionne? Do you pronounce it Shionne? Shionne, with an E, of course. We do have Shionne, but this one is Shionne with an E, Shionne. So in this video, we're gonna have a look and see what they do. We're gonna have a look at the battle skill, the stats, their animation. Even though I did have a look on the animation on my previous video where I did my monthly update because there was a small trailer and they did showcase the animation, but I'm fine to have a look at twice or 3 times and maybe I have some change thoughts on the animation. Who knows? Anyway, the first thing first we can have a look at is the future EX, of course, just to see if it's really worth for me if I'm gonna pull. So let's see, we have the World of Fantasy Force, that is the meta right now, so we bring it back. So we have Shizu Izuwa, the Flaming Armament, Hinata, the Steel Hard Sword Wielder, then Shizu, the White Mantle Sword Wielder, Maskhair, the Sacred Future, and Shizu, the Fresh Face Adventure. I guess these are fine. I mean, any EX is good, so I mean that looks good so far. So let's have a look on the featured collab unit, and we're gonna start with, of course, Shionne, the Curse of Thorns Shionne, and then we're gonna have a look at Rimuru later on. So we have the Curse of Thorns Shionne with the max stat level 120, a pretty balanced stat with 5 attribute magic, tactics type charge, so we're gonna be stacking. Forces, World of Fantasy, Determination to Prosper, Stern of Spirit, and Wielder of Magic. Okay, kind of interesting. And she using gloves. Okay. She is based on crit, and let's have a look on the illustration. Okay, that is pretty details, pretty good. I kind of like it. And now let's have a look on the 3D in-game. I would say it is alright. It is alright. Yeah. I don't know how it looks like in all of the Tales of Series game. Maybe it looks better, but here it looks alright. Alright, not bad, not bad. So let's have a look on the skills. I mean, I've heard like good about this one, especially her buff, which we're gonna talk more about. So she is unleashing on all target fire magic for 275, so AoE DPS. Okay. Alright, so the first skill we're gonna have a look at is Resurrection, max level for SP, applies Resurrection state to World of Fantasy, Will of Magic, and Stern Spirit Force character. So any specific character here. Turn 3, at the turn of end, recover 100% of HP lost if incapacitated, receive with 1% of max HP. Only one use, one battle. So basically same as the Prosper Lumi, she also does this, which can be really useful in Val Cup. Not the attack side, but for defense, if you want to annoy your enemy. So if you attack her and you're fighting one of these, the best to counter this is basically have a unit that have Bottle Spirit Seal. Just to make sure Lumi can't use her Resurrection, so it will go same for Shionne. So I can see that she can be really used in the defense team for Battle Cup, could be really useful. And if I do get her, I will do that as well, just to annoy people, unless you know how to counter it, which I did mention. And let's see, is there anything more we can have a look at here? Nope. Alright. Yeah, this is basically what I mentioned. Alright. Now, let's have a look on the second skill, which many people have been talking about, which is this one. Insect Deposer. Increase crit rate for all allies, including Rigor, by 1%. That's good. Increase critical damage for all allies, including Rigor, by 110%. And it is a 90 SP cost skill. Yeah, this is, I believe, our first 90 buff for crit, I believe, right? That is also for Rigor. Yeah. No? Actually, yeah. This is the first buff, so it could be really useful because crit buff, is really good unless the enemy has resistance to crit, which could be really annoying. Other than that, we don't see that is restricted, so this could be a really generic build for, or generic buff for any team comp if you're using her. Though, I don't know, who can she replace though? Who can she replace? Like, let's say you're playing Divine General. Who do you want to replace there? No one, right? Because all of them are really good. Unless you don't really care about Pierce, then you can pretty much remove the Masked Hero. Diablo is like really is a must. So I guess it is only Masked Hero unless you don't. No way, you do need Blank as well. Yeah, it's pretty hard. Divine General is maybe a bad example, but yeah, you know what I mean. So it could be a really useful buff for a good team that can utilize this. I wonder if I can use it in Valor Cup. It could be nice, but I'm pretty sure I don't really need this. Oh, actually, I don't really need damage. I need more HP. Maybe in other team I could use it. Maybe. I mean, that depends if I get her or if I'm pulling this banner. Alright, let's move on. We have also this one here, the extra damage for 6 and 8 turn. Really nice. And Valor Cup trade. When you're sold while the enemy has protected gauge with 1% or higher, the enemy is affected with a protected seal. Ooh, okay, that could be really useful. So yeah, she is really good in the Valor Cup defense team. So really nice. I mean, you have the Resurrection, which is really annoying, and then you also have Seal. So really useful for Valor Cup defense team. Not attacking, but defense. So you can now annoy your opponent. Will be fun. Use don't add it on your defense team if I'm facing you. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, trade. HP defense down. Okay, when you have 50% or more HP, decrease all target defense by 10%. Okay, could be really useful. As long as you can stay above, hopefully enemy doesn't hit hard. So this is, so as long this is when Shionne is above 3% HP, right? So 10% defense red. That is actually a good amount. And then you need Alphen for the 12% crit damage, and then we have the extra stats. Okay, alright, not bad, not bad. Kind of like this one. Now next one, Protector Rimuru. Let's have a look. Enforce of Justice Rimuru Tempest. Alright, so this is what it looks like. I mean, there's nothing more to see. Protector, this is the passive one. Increase damage done by World of Fantasy, force character to Earth attribute enemy by 120. Increase magic character attack and defense by 25%. And at the beginning of each turn, from turn 2 onwards, increase skill cost limit by 50 until the end of the battle, and max is 999. So this is just the standard Divine Protector. Pretty good in my opinion. I'm really glad to have Protector like this. I don't know how you can improve it. Maybe adding 100. That might be overpowered. Okay, we have Savage Full Fury. Increase solo combos damage until the end of battle by 30%. Unlimited, so there is a stacking every time you use a Protector. Increase magic attack damage for all allies including Rigor until the end of the battle by 10%. More stacking, so you have solo combos damage 30% and magic attack 10%. Set of solo combos gauge increase to the same amount of Soul of Secret. I'm guessing this is the new one where you can use the sort of combos, the ultimate, and you still gain the gauge. Could be really useful. That means you probably should spam, I guess, your ultimate. Let's see now. Increase Soul of Secret skill point increased by 3% while the gauge alternating effect is applied for 2 turns. Okay, yeah, I can see this one. Alright, we don't have any protection increase though. I guess skill points are more important, so you can now focus on protection gauge, on charm maybe. Yeah. Alright. Interesting. This is gonna be really hard to stack, I believe, because we don't have any unit that is supporting the protection gauge, because we do want to use the protector a lot of time, which could be really hard. don't even have what's it called now? We don't have Rimuru that is converting orb to orange. And you can see here he's buffing orange. So could be real hard unless part 2 gonna have a unit that is buffing there. I don't know. Might be really hard to use protector now, because you want to keep spam protector used to get the more stacks. I guess we will see that in the future when they release more unit. So, oh wait, before we do this. Oh, it looks good. I'm glad I'm able to see this. Like, I love this feature. Okay, I kind of like this one on Rimuru. Oh, it doesn't beat the piece of protector Rimuru, to be honest. It's not bad though. I kind of like it. Illustration, too basic. I don't think they put a lot of effort to this one, so pretty much basic. But yeah, 3D, the outfit looks pretty good. Illustration, meh. Alright. So we pretty much done to have a look on the battle skill stuff, and now let's have a look on the animation for the second time. Let's see, now this is more thoughtful, because now I'm gonna look real careful. So let's see, this is Shionne's animation. I love when they have duo animation. Okay, I mean, not bad. Then we have this one. So we see that, let's see, if we're gonna crush this one, yeah. It is alright, nothing special. I think both animation is alright. So now, what do we do now? Do we summon? Well, I am planning to summon. I want this Rimuru and Shionne, of course. Even though I don't even play Tale series, the unit looks pretty good and will be nice to have collection. I do wish they do rerun for collab, but probably not gonna happen. So this is my chance to get the unit. I will do that though in another video, because I need to farm for the ticket, the 20 tickets, the free 20 tickets. We do not forget about that. And hopefully we get real lucky, because I do want to save this amount, 10k magic crystal. That is a lot. And I want to save this one for the future, especially for 4th anniversary. Hopefully it's not like disappointed like 2.5. But we'll see how it goes. Please, Bandai, do not mess my luck, please. Anyway, I would say this unit, Rimuru and Shionne, looks alright. Shionne gonna be really useful for the buff, the 9 cost crit rate, the resurrection. Really hard scenario where to use it. I mean, maybe in the future it's gonna be really good. And Rimuru, I would say it's pretty hard to play around, because he doesn't have any orb converter or any protection gauge to increase that, because you want to use it a lot. We'll see, because this is just part 1. Now the question is for you guys, are you guys pulling on this collab or are you saving? Let me know in the comments, and that's for me. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Take care now, and bye bye.